Hola, familia estelar. We are in the most magical spot right now. I'm just on top of a hill, not far from Templo de la Luna, and the fact that we were guided to this site here today is a huge message around your intuition and being your biggest guide right now. But there's something that's heavily on your mind that you're reflecting, reviewing, and revising as far as maybe your life purpose goes or your life's trajectory. But this is being activated due to Mars's retrograde that's happening right now in Sagittarius, and it will go ahead and step back further into Scorpio. And I have a beautiful analogy for what's going on through you right now. So 8 of Wands is a Mars and Sagittarius energy. When this is upright, it basically symbolizes a burst of energy and vitality that you receive that propels you towards your dreams, ambitions, and goals at a very highly energetic rate. But when Mars stations retrograde, things begin to shift in the sky, because it's not that there's a reversal happening, but there's a remembrance that's happening within you, and it's where you're coming back into alignment with your intention in some way. So it's where you reverse your course to rediscover your origin point. Okay, it's like you coming back into alignment with what your soul's intentions were for this lifetime, and really making sure that when you do take your next step and this action towards this thing, I'm hearing some of you, it could be I'm seeing like a presentation. It could be something that you're going to be presenting to the world, or maybe a new version of yourself that you're going to be embodying, right? The highest octave. It's going to be coming out from the shadows and into the light. So we're going to go ahead and tell you the messages that we have today. But here is the 8 of Wands. It's a traveler in most decks that's kind of standing at the edge of a cliff, and he has his bow in his hand, right? The Sagittarius centaur energy. And he's shot these arrows off into the distance. Well, these 8 wands, but suddenly when Mercury stations retrograde, those arrows turn mid-flight and they come back to him, but not in anger. It's to reveal something to you that you haven't seen up until now. There's something that's been revealed to you when it comes to your soul's journey or soul's path, or where you're going to take something down. And I was seeing it as, well, let me show you where. It's kind of funny because we're literally sitting at the edge of a cliff right now. This is where we are. So you're coming back in alignment with your intentions and some kind of vision that's been released into the cosmos. But there's a moment of silence that's happening right now. And don't mistake that silence for stagnancy. That stillness is revealing something to you that you won't have been able to hear otherwise. This is really a moment where the cosmos is whispering to you, before you shoot again, understand what your aim truly was. So we're going to go ahead and read the 8 of Wands character for you, and then we're going to talk about it in the reverse depiction, because this is literally Mercury in Sagittarius. So the 8 of Wands, in this card, I just had almost lost one of my cards. A loud explosion catches you off guard, and a plume of dark black smoke spills into the sky. It's midday, but the sky is dark from the soot clouding the air. Deafening bombs echo in the distance, and the ground is hot with fire. This is a time of war, when you have arrived at an inopportune moment. This is a dark card, something you hoped you never lived to see. But now you must let your survival instinct kick in and learn how to make quick decisions. This card has shown up as an alert. Rapid action may be required at any moment. Waiting in place is not an option anymore. This is not a card for the faint of heart. It asks much of you, and you must be willing to give it. You must learn to be comfortable executing a big decision on your own. Make moves before you are taken down. This is the upright depiction, right? But that's not what's happening right now. This is about decisions that you had made with haste previously, where it feels like there's because I'm seeing like a meeting with your spirit guides, a meeting with different beings that occupy these different dimensional planes of consciousness that you're also moving through during this time. And there's messengers that are coming into your experience, but there's also messages that you're receiving as you dive deeper into yourself. So these are themes when it comes to your human journey, where you're reassessing your aim. And it's allowing you to re-examine your direction of energy. And it feels like something that's been previously withheld or maybe moved in a certain way is going to be heading down a complete different trajectory. But this is saying that progress without purpose is just noise, and it's okay to be still. It's okay to recall your arrows and decide what meaning they truly carry, because that's going to lead to a huge ripple effect when you do land on a very specific target, right? Because this is like a bullseye energy, and there's some type of internal translation that's happening. Maybe it's a creative project that you're looping back to in order to go through that refinement period, and that's not failure, it's a form of mastery that you're being called to step into. And it's also saying that, hey, this requires depth over distance. This is literally a quality versus quantity kind of energy that's being revealed, especially as it transitions, right? Mercury transitions back into Scorpio. It shifts your focus from how far you go to how deeply you understand every single step that you're taking and how that's leading towards a bigger vision, right? Sagittarius. So it's almost like you're being called to reflect, review, and revise what these next steps actually mean to you. It's your intention becoming your anchor. Your intention becomes the very thing that grounds you. And every delay becomes an initiation into deeper clarity. You know, it's almost like someone that's been walking this journey, but they've forgotten why they've been on the journey in the first place. You know, maybe it's like focusing so much on the end goal, the bullseye, the destination. And this is a moment where you really begin to admire and discover things on the journey that have been waiting for you to kind of notice them. So there's a culmination point that you're moving towards. And sometimes the journey requires a return to the moment of that initial intention that you had. And that's something that's going to be revealed to you. It's something that's going to be a huge theme during this time. But yeah, this is a launch pad. That's what it is. It's like you're revisiting the foundation of something, and it leads to it becoming a launch pad for you. Your first message when it comes to this specific planetary alignment is crystal skull wisdom. This is about you gaining clarity, especially again when it comes to the headspace, high vibrational energy, and a divine healing that's taking place. To heal is to become whole with, and this is you becoming whole with your soul's intentions. I'll go ahead and read this energy too for you. So it says, all aspects of your life are becoming clearer at this time. Expect to have a more focused path. You may have felt indecisive, but now you're downloading direct guidance from the heart of source so that you can live and express yourself in a more authentic way. Know that downloads often appear as your own inner guidance, encouraging you to move forward. The key is to recognize the calmness that they bring. This is a time of clarity and connection. Crystal Skull Wisdom is here to bring clarification to what you have been receiving within, and that's exactly what's going on for you. It comes from not just an internal communication, but an internal communion that's taking place, where you're going to realize you're not alone. So in order for this next phase of your journey to unfold, you must follow the information that you have received. Remember, Eight of Wands card is a messenger, right? It's about receiving messages, it's about sending messages, and I feel like it's really intentional with the message behind something that you're doing. And it's beginning to rain right now as well. So in order for the next phase of your journey to begin, again, follow through with this information. You know what you must do in order to heal and grow. If you've been asking for a sign that the healing work you've been doing has been successful, trust that this card is the message that you have been waiting for. Your next message is the Galactic Mushroom and the Divine Matrix. So this is saying that there is a cosmos within the chaos that you may feel like you're experiencing, and a secret ordering to what may feel like it's disorderly, because things need to fall apart in order for them to be able to fall into place. So this message says, you might have been thinking about acting like you were the only one in the dream creating your life. The Galactic Mushroom arrives as a playful yet potent reminder that you need to get with your higher power. The universal laws are not for your benefit only. The law of attraction does not exist just to serve up your desired outcome. The matrix of consciousness, called source, God, or spirit, or many other names, is intricately woven into your life. So this is really talking about the law of one, right? One is all and all is one. What that means, and this was like a huge message that was coming through earlier, is there is only the one unified field of consciousness that has fractalized itself into infinite, countless life forms, right? And across different realms, dimensions, in all these different kind of subdivisions, And these planes of consciousness occupy deities, beings, angels, guides, all different kind of manifestations of the one, right, of the all, including you. You're all children of light, right, sourced from the same wisdom, learning to return to that wisdom once again. So it's recognizing and remembering your interconnectedness to all things. It's a unified field of consciousness that's doing this dance of creation with itself, right? So how can you see that? How can you recognize your guides as manifestations and projections of your own subconscious mind? How can you recognize everything as you, right? So there is so much complexity that the human mind cannot comprehend all the moving parts. It's impossible to see beyond what it is that you already know, just as the head of a mushroom is clearly visible above the soil, but not in the living biome below. So you're only able to see so much with your human eyes, right? You can only look at certain things, and you're always constantly surrounded. You know, that's a huge message that's coming through as well. You're always constantly surrounded. So the galactic mushroom invites you to reminds you that your dreams and desires are heard. This is a call for faith and trust. Whatever intention you hold consistently with hope and faith first manifests in the unseen realms, whether or not you can see it working on your behalf. Eventually, you'll see the evidence play out in serendipitous events that work in your favor, seemingly out of the law of cause and effect. Your most beautiful results are being birthed right now, not just for you, but for the highest good of all. So this is something that goes far beyond you. It's you remembering that you're not alone. It's not just you. Your next message is loyal heart, which is about the things that you devote yourself to. And your heart is going to be leading you in ways that the mind may not be able to fully understand, but is catching up with. And then you have the garden and the gate, which talks about you have the whole world to gain outside of this garden. And the gate, which is a representation of your comfort zone. And she has the key around her neck. She is the key, and she is also the lock. So I'm hearing this could be just small changes or shifts of perspective, shifts in the way that you're thinking and relating to your journey on earth emotionally that lead to drastic outcomes. You know, that's like a huge message, because the lock is always bigger than the key. And the lock is always attached to a door or a gate, which is bigger than the lock. So there's almost a incremental linear unfoldment or steps that are going to happen that lead to you moving into an entirely different atmosphere, because that's what it is. It's how rooms can differentiate from one another. It's almost like you're going from the outside inwards, or you're going from the inside outwards. So I feel like there's something you're discovering about yourself and is leading you to step out into the world differently as well. It also says trust your path. If you knew that you'd be supported, what would you do? So this is somebody not lost, but they're wondering right now, which is an opportunity to find a new way. You have unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So this is where fear can be something that keeps you earthbound, right? It keeps you tied to physical laws that end up governing your own internal universe and disrupt the way that you move through this experience. And then you also have surrender to the sweetness of life, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. So again, coming back into alignment, Venetian energy is not just love and money. It's also about your values and the things that you value, that you're seeing clearly during this time. I almost forgot, you also have 777, which is an alignment card, but it's an introspective card, and it's more about a numerical essence that depicts going within. And there's something that you'll discover within this sacred number. So it says your progress is recognized and alignment is here. It is within your reach. The whisper is reminding you to stay the course and full source working through you. Your gifts are being recognized. I blossom and bloom as I use my gifts. All things simply align as I feel the feeling of the divine. So you're being called to surrender gracefully, and it leads to powerful revelations that will be unveiled to you. So I'm in a different spot right now, but I just remembered that I also called these energies. The first one is sidereal space, which is someone that is belonging to the planets or the stars. So it's you coming back in alignment with your cosmic origin and also cosmic intentions when entering into this cosmic overlay, right? This gameplay experience. And it's an outsider that looks in. So there's a trip that you're going on, and it branches off into a collective mission. And then you also have expansion, which is about also expanding your vision. It also talks about a large growth sprout that you're going to be going through, but I'm seeing this as growing and expanding and widening your perspective. That's how I see this. You're widening the frameworks in how you view this existence and also your potential, because then you also have star, right? So you are stardust wrapped in skin. The light that you've been seeking has always been within. So there's an eternal light that's been forever guiding your path, and that's something that's going to become evident to you when it comes to your next steps moving forward, because this is also someone leading by example. So there's something that's being, I'm hearing not just unveiled, but I'm hearing the words unearthed to you, and that's going to lead to you navigating this earth very, very differently, especially with gravitational acceleration. This is you honing in on a very specific target that you had before this lifetime and coming back into alignment with that. Okay guys, that is going to be it for today. I trust that you have received whatever it is that you need at this stage of your evolution journey. I'm going to go because it's starting to rain. I'm going to take cover in a cave, and yeah, we'll see what else pops up. But if you have made it up until this point, comment down below the Archer emoji. Okay, anything to do with Sagittarian energy, anything that you feel like is mercurial. Is it the wings? Is it the archer? Is it the horse? Like, what do you feel is representative of Mercury's transit through Sagittarius? So with that being said, I'm going to love and leave you guys right there. If you're not already subscribed to the channel on Instagram for futuries, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. Also check out Spirit if you guys are looking for some high quality AAA grade jewelry. $1 of the proceeds are donated towards Otter Sanctuary, so you have 2 discount codes for that down below. We have a beautiful layering I'm really proud of today. And yeah, I'll speak to you very, very soon. Until next time, bye.